Hey everybody, this is Tell the Truth Sports Radio. I'm your host, Ron Fitch, and I wanted to talk about last night's 120-109 game where OKC beats the Indiana Pacers. Everybody's talking about Haliburton. I sat and waited for all the analysts to break everything down, and I had my own opinion. Haliburton's hurting. I give him, part of me gives him an excuse. He was hurting, couldn't really have that lift to drive to do his floater, his little step back, I call. But nevertheless, he does make that shot. And he didn't have the confidence because of his calf after that injury. And he hadn't played great other than game 3. Game 4, he showed flashes. He's averaging 18, but he's only shooting 38% from three. Not that great. But I give him grace. And I also want to give Carlisle some grace because TJ O'Connell had 18 points. It was just 8 of 18. He was just killing it. Assist. He was just bringing it. Driving to the basket, spin moves, just playing like a superstar. Up and under moves. So Carlisle could have kept him in when they cut it to 2, 95-93. But you got to go. I say, okay, you go with Haliburton, see if he has anything left. Because it looked like O'Connell was getting a little tired, as great as he is playing. Okay, you give him a breather, but you don't give him that much of a breather. I think what he could have did is saw that Haliburton wasn't playing as well. It got to, I think the lead ballooned to 10 quickly. For Jalen Williams, of course, 40 points, the biggest shot of the game with the 3 to give him a 5-point lead. But the game was still could have been in balance because Indiana has a propensity of just making terrific comebacks. Once it got to see a balloon to 100, 11-97 in that game with 5:33 left, they made the run of runs. They made a 15-4 run, about 17-4 run. And that could have been stopped at 103, 105. I'm calling timeout. When Dora hits that 3, I'm calling timeout. I'm putting TJ O'Connell in for the rest of the game. And it's manageable. We can come back from 8. We've done that. And they could walk him down. But he was in the game. They just turned him over. And they were just getting layup. Doris playing a great defense. He hit some shots, some threes, but his defense has been terrific on Haliburton, even when Haliburton's healthy. But Jalen Williams is the best second fiddle in the league. I complained. I nitpicked about sometimes he missed layups. I wanted to see him really play. He played well in game 4. Then he played like a superstar in game 5. And he's just been that great. He's only 24, though. So he's got he's not even in his prime yet. SGA and J. Will, he's going to get paid $250 million. He's going to get the max. SGA, those are your 2 max. And if it's Holmgren, and then they can mix and match for years to come. If they win this year, this could be the first of about, they stay healthy, this could be the first of about 4 or 5 championships. With these draft picks they have, if they start losing pieces, they could trade for a certain piece. But they really finished the game strong. They play tough. They turn Indiana over in the fourth quarter, which is hard to do. Indiana, they were executing their offense. Obi Toppin was balling. I don't understand Knicks. They had Obi Toppin. And they drafted him instead of Haliburton. They could have had Haliburton. They could have either or, but they're both on Indiana. Nembhard has been solid. And the way he was playing the first 3 quarters, I said, this guy could be an MVP of this game. The way he was playing both ends of the floor, but he's a little too over-aggressive, and he turned the ball over bad. He had some bad turnovers late. And then Turner was great. Siakam is He's arguably the second or third best player in the whole NBA playoffs. He's just been fantastic. He was great at Toronto when he won a championship. He's the best player on Indiana's team right now. 28 points, 9 of 15. Don't like the 6 turnovers, which is surprising. OKC surprised me with their grit and tenacity going up against a team where they didn't get any loose balls yesterday. And they were kind of scoring on their defense a little until the fourth quarter. They tightened up. They hung in there. They kept the lead. And 2 unsung heroes was 3 because Caruso balled out on defense. I know he's 1 of 8 from outside, but I see who's a +8 because of his terrific defense and hustle. Wiggins and Wallace, 25 points between the two. And they were 8 of 15 from 3. No. They were 7 of 11 from 3. That's what you want out of your bench players. So they played well. I think what's going to happen with O'Connell is, okay, so he's going to give him the superstar treatment. They haven't paid him attention. I can tell he does a little spin move, driving the lane. They're kind of half defend him. They're going to defend him. Now, what does Carlisle do now that O'Connell, if the MRI results are not good from the Haliburton, what does Carlisle do? What does Carlisle do if Dort is out there guarding O'Connell or SGA and they're guarding him, and then a double's coming. They're treating him like a superstar. So when he's driving down the lane, here comes a double now. Instead of him just doing what he wants. How willing and how efficient is he going to be, because he's a good passer, to kick it out to Neesmith for those corner threes they never miss. Obi Toppin. They always find the corner threes that they always make. They always get loose balls. So they got a couple things in their favor. Even if Haliburton doesn't play, they're always getting the loose balls. O'Connell's been balling, and they always make 3-point shots. And then they've kind of bullied Holmgren, as tough as Holmgren is. And he's been getting fouled and not calling it. It looks like the refs are picking on him a little bit. But Holmgren's hanging in there. He's their leading rebounder, so he's been fantastic under pressure. But their first year guys, 25, 24 years old, just booming out. Very impressed, but this series not over. I want to see how O'Connell, because I'm assuming that OKC really digs in and tries to guard O'Connell this time. How O'Connell handles that pressure, because I kind of favor Indiana in Game 6 because of just the loose balls, a crowd, and I don't think Wiggins or Wallace are going to be making those threes. Maybe Mathurin wakes up. But how O'Connell and Carlisle handles this point guard situation will let you know who wins Game 6.